You can tell a lot about people by how they treat someone they think is beneath them. That's the voiceover that plays as a confident black man dressed in a simple hoodie and jeans walks through the glass doors of a massive shopping mall he secretly owns. To everyone else, he's just another face in the crowd. To him, today is a test. This isn't just any random visit. He's here on a mission to see the real behavior of the people he employs. No fancy suits. No entourage. No ID badge. Just him quietly observing. It's something he does every few months. Why? Because respect to him matters more than profits. And respect isn't tested when the boss is watching, it's tested when no one's paying attention. He walks past a group of teenagers taking selfies near the fountain, then pauses outside one of the mall's busiest stores, Trendex Apparel. It's a clothing store known for trendy styles, big discounts, and unfortunately, a few recent complaints. The owner read a couple of disturbing reviews last week. Customers saying a certain female employee was acting aggressively toward people of color. He didn't want to believe it, but he also didn't want to ignore it. So here he was playing the part of a quiet shopper, eyes alert, ears open. He steps inside. Bright lights, pop music, and racks of clothes packed wall to wall. Customers drift around the aisles. A young couple laughs by the fitting room. A middle-aged man checks sizes on the clearance rack. No one notices the man enter. Except one person. Behind the counter, a blonde woman in her late 20s narrows her eyes. Her smile fades the moment she sees him. She stiffens, watches his every step like he's holding a ticking bomb instead of a phone in his hand. The black man pretends not to notice. He touches a jacket on display, checks the price tag, then heads toward a row of shirts. Just browsing. But he feels it. The tension. He glances sideways. Yep. She's still watching. She whispers something to another employee and keeps staring, arms crossed. Then he hears it. A muttered comment, quiet but not quiet enough. Probably just here to steal something. He turns his head slowly, locking eyes with her for the first time. He doesn't say a word. Just a faint smile and a calm nod. She doesn't smile back. Instead, she walks around the counter heading straight for him. The energy in the room shifts. A storm is coming and she has no idea who she's about to confront. The game has begun. And she's already losing. You lost? She asks, her tone sharp enough to slice through the music playing overhead. The black man looks up from the shirt he was admiring, calm and composed. No, just looking, he replies with a polite smile. The blonde employee doesn't smile back. She folds her arms, glancing him up and down like she's scanning a threat. Well, let me know if you can afford anything, she says, turning to walk off with a smirk. A few nearby shoppers freeze. They heard that. The man does too, but he doesn't react. Not yet. He walks to another rack of clothes, unfazed. He's not here to argue. He's here to observe. But she's not done. Hey, she calls loudly across the store. If you don't plan to buy anything, don't touch the merchandise. Now everyone's watching. The man raises his eyebrow, still composed. Is there a problem? She walks closer, voice dripping with arrogance. Yeah. You. People like you don't usually shop here. And if you're not gonna buy something, maybe you should head back to your country or wherever you came from. Silence. The manager, a tall white man in his 40s, enters from the stockroom just in time to hear the last part. His face twists in confusion as he looks between his employee and the calm customer. Jessica, what's going on? He asks. Before she can speak, the customer answers gently, she's having a tough day, apparently. All I did was ask about a shirt and she told me to go back to my country. Jessica throws her hands up. Oh, come on. I was protecting the store. He's been walking around like he owns the place. The irony is so thick it could choke the air. The manager tries to de-escalate. All right, let's all just, The man cuts in, still calm. Don't worry. I'll handle this myself. Jessica scoffs. Handle what? You're not in charge here. He turns to her slowly. Are you sure about that? A flicker of uncertainty crosses her face. He pulls out his phone, taps a contact, and walks out of the store without another word. Jessica rolls her eyes. He's probably calling a cousin or something. The manager frowns. I'm not sure that's wise, Jess. You might have just gone too far. She brushes him off. Please. He's nobody. But the tension is real now. Customers whisper. A teenage girl records on her phone. Something's about to happen and everyone feels it. Back outside, the man finishes his call. Inside, the mood shifts. Jessica starts straightening clothes, pretending nothing happened. But every few seconds, she peeks at the door. 10 minutes ago, she felt powerful. Now she's nervous and she doesn't even know why. But she's about to find out. Jessica paces behind the counter, arms folded, tapping her foot. The store is quieter now, but the tension? Thicker than ever. The black man still hasn't returned. But the way he said, "Are you sure about that?" keeps echoing in her head. She forces a laugh to another employee. He's bluffing. Probably just trying to scare me. The manager, Kevin, isn't so sure. Jess, if he really did call corporate or someone higher up, this could get messy. You should have just let him shop. Jessica shrugs. I'm not gonna apologize for doing my job. Kevin sighs. It didn't sound like that to me. Before she can answer, the store door swings open. He's back. The same calm look on his face. No yelling. No scene. Just quiet power. Jessica crosses her arms again. Decide to come back, huh? You still didn't answer my question. What are you handling exactly? He looks her dead in the eyes. I said I'd take care of it. And I will. Kevin steps in. Sir, look, I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't see what happened, but she told me to go back to my country, the man says plainly. In front of customers. Kevin's face drops. What? Jessica snaps. I said it because he was acting suspicious. I thought he was a... Say it, the man interrupts. You thought I was what? Jessica hesitates. Loitering. He nods slowly. And what about the older white man in the corner earlier? Was he loitering too? She has no answer. Kevin runs a hand through his hair. Jessica, just go on break. Now. No, she barks. Why is everyone taking his side? You don't know who he is. That's when he steps forward, still calm. No, Jessica. You don't know who I am. She scoffs. Oh, please. You're just another entitled customer playing victim. He pulls out a folded document from his back pocket. Quietly lays it on the counter. Jessica looks at it. Frowns. Her mouth opens. Kevin leans over and reads it too and instantly freezes. It's official. Clear as day. Property ownership certificate, Central Ridge Mall. Name, Elijah Thomas, sole owner. Jessica's face goes white. Wait, what? Elijah lifts his eyes. I do own this place. I came today without security, without announcing myself, because I wanted to see how customers are really being treated when no one's watching. Kevin stumbles back, stunned. You're the owner? Elijah nods. And I just saw one of my employees insult a paying customer based solely on race. Jessica stammers. I didn't know. He cuts her off. You didn't care to know. That's worse. Silence. The few customers left are now openly staring, some recording. Jessica's mouth opens, but no words come out. Elijah looks at Kevin. We'll be having a full meeting soon. But for now, handle this. Kevin nods. Immediately. Jessica stands frozen, the weight of her arrogance crashing down fast. In seconds, the power dynamic flipped, and it's far from over. Jessica stands motionless behind the counter, her arrogance now replaced with visible panic. The silence in the store is deafening. All eyes are on her, and the man she just insulted, now revealed to be the owner of the entire mall. Elijah doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't need to. His calm presence feels heavier than any shouting ever could. Jessica, he says quietly, how long have you worked here? She swallows hard. 2 years. In 2 years, how many customers have you spoken to like you spoke to me today? She stares at the floor. I'm not just asking for me, Elijah continues. I'm asking for every person who might have walked into the store and left feeling unwelcome because of how they looked. Kevin clears his throat, still in disbelief. Mr. Thomas, I had no idea. If I'd known you were coming today, I would have. That's exactly why I didn't tell you, Elijah cuts in. I wanted to see this place for what it truly is when no one's pretending. Jessica tries one last desperate spin. Look, I was just trying to protect the store. You came in dressed like you didn't belong. Elijah raises a hand. Stop. You judged me the second I walked in. Not by what I did. Not by how I acted. But by what I looked like. That's racism, Jessica. That's what you did. The store is dead silent. Customers are still watching. Recording. Whispers fill the air. Kevin steps forward. We'll suspend her immediately and begin a full HR investigation. Elijah nods but adds firmly, effective now. I don't want her speaking to a single customer ever again in this mall. Jessica's voice cracks. Please. I didn't mean to. You meant every word, Elijah says, locking eyes with her. And now you're just sorry you said them to the wrong person. Security enters the store quietly, alerted by the earlier call Elijah made. He gestures toward Jessica. I want her escorted out professionally. No drama. But she's done here. Jessica protests weakly, but her voice is drowned out by the quiet murmurs of customers who now know the truth. She's led out slowly, her head low, tears in her eyes, but the damage is done. Kevin turns to Elijah, still shocked. Again, sir? I'm so sorry. I'm not here for apologies, Kevin. I'm here for accountability. And we're going to clean this place up starting today. He looks around the store at the other employees. To the rest of you, if you treat every customer with dignity and respect, you have nothing to worry about. But if I find out anyone else here thinks like her, I'll be back and I won't come quietly next time. A few employees nod nervously. Elijah folds the ownership papers and slips them back in his pocket. Then, with quiet confidence, he walks out of the store not just as a man, but as a message. You never know who you're talking to. And for Jessica, it was the lesson of a lifetime. It doesn't take long for the story to spread. By the time Elijah reaches the food court, whispers are already circulating like wildfire. Did you hear what happened at Trendex? Some lady got fired for being racist. No. She told a black guy to go back to his country, and turns out, he owns the whole mall. Employees at kiosks glance around nervously. Managers pull their staff aside for hushed conversations. People are texting, showing videos, sharing clips of the confrontation now making rounds online. The shift is immediate. In one of the stores nearby, a young black couple walks in, and the cashier greets them with an overly enthusiastic, "Hi, welcome in. Let me know if you need anything." Elijah notices it all as he moves silently through the mall. His face is calm, but inside he's watching everything, measuring. He sees how quickly people can adjust when they realize someone's watching. But he doesn't want fear to be the reason they behave. He wants decency to be the standard. Back in the Trendex break room, Kevin gathers the remaining staff. "I don't care if it's someone in a suit or sweatpants," he tells them. "Every person who walks through that door deserves respect. Period. If you've got a problem with that, you don't belong here." Everyone nods. One employee, a shy Latina girl named Marissa, raises her hand. "Mr. Kevin, will Mr. Thomas come back? I mean, like, undercover again?" Kevin half smiles. "Probably. He's done it before. And now that you've seen what happens when you mess up, I'd suggest treating every customer like they could be him." Meanwhile, Elijah makes his way to his private office on the top floor. A sleek, modern space with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the mall. He finally removes the hoodie, revealing a crisp black polo shirt underneath with a small gold pin shaped like the mall's logo. He sits down, pulls up the store's incident reports, and begins reviewing complaints. Some old, some recent. Jessica wasn't the first issue, but she might be the last, if he does this right. Just then, his assistant knocks and enters. "Mr. Thomas, we've been getting emails all morning. Other tenants are asking for a meeting. They want to know if this kind of inspection will happen more often." Elijah smiles. "Tell them yes, and let them know next time I won't be shopping. I'll be watching." Outside his window, the mall looks normal again. Shoppers moving, kids laughing, bags swinging. But the atmosphere has shifted. Respect now lingers in the air. And somewhere deep down, every employee knows that quiet man in the hoodie could return at any moment. The next morning, a memo goes out. From the desk of Elijah Thomas, owner, Central Ridge Mall. Subject: a reminder of who we are. It's not flashy, not aggressive, just a direct, well-written letter that gets to the point. This mall doesn't just sell products. It serves people. And every person, regardless of race, appearance, or background, deserves to feel safe, welcomed, and respected the moment they step through our doors. If you wear a name badge in this mall, you're not just representing a store, you're representing me. And if treating someone unfairly based on their appearance is part of your behavior, this will not be the place for you. Attached to the memo is a video clip. It's a portion of the footage captured during Jessica's incident, shared with Elijah's permission, not to embarrass but to teach. It spreads like fire. Managers print it out and tape it in staff rooms. Store leads hold emergency meetings. Elijah's message is clear, simple, and impossible to ignore. This mall is changing. Right now, at a shoe store near the East Wing, a younger employee looks nervous as she watches the clip on her phone. She nudges her coworker. "You ever think someone could just walk in and be the boss like that?" The guy nods. "Man, I'm treating everyone like they own the place now. Safer that way." But for Elijah, this isn't about fear, it's about shifting the culture. In a cozy bookstore near the food court, the manager, a woman in her 60s, watches the video and smiles. "He's a good man," she says to her team. And he's right. Kindness shouldn't depend on a paycheck. Meanwhile, at Mall Security HQ, Elijah meets with the head of security. "I want eyes everywhere," he says calmly. "But not just to catch people doing wrong. I want us catching employees doing right too. Praise matters as much as punishment." The head nods. "Understood. Secret shopper program. Already in motion," Elijah replies. "Different faces, different backgrounds. Let's see how real the customer service is when no one thinks they're being watched." He leans back in his chair, thinking for a moment. Jessica's gone, but how many other Jessicas are out there? Hidden behind fake smiles and polite voices, until the wrong customer walks in. The head of security doesn't answer. He doesn't have to. They both know the truth. It takes just one bad employee to ruin someone's entire shopping experience, and one courageous leader to fix it. Outside, the mall is bustling again. But behind every smile, every hello, and every "can I help you today?" there's something new. Accountability. The kind that doesn't wait for a complaint. It walks in on its own, wearing sneakers and a quiet smile. And that changes everything. A week passes. Central Ridge Mall looks the same on the outside. Bright lights, flowing crowds, the usual buzz. But something deeper has shifted. You can feel it in the way customers are greeted. In the warmth behind every "welcome in." In the way eyes meet. Smiles are genuine. And service actually means service. In one store, a young black father shops for his daughter's birthday. He walks in cautiously. He's had enough bad experiences in stores to brace himself for another. But to his surprise, a smiling associate approaches and says, "Let me know if I can help you find anything today." No side eyes, no following, just respect. He smiles back. "Thank you." And for once, he means it. Meanwhile, Elijah walks the mall once more. No hoodie this time. No disguise. Employees nod when they see him. Managers shake his hand. But the real victory? A small note taped beside the employee schedule in nearly every store. You never know who you're speaking to. So treat everyone like they matter. Because they do. The mall isn't perfect now. But it's better. And all because one man decided to show up, not as a CEO in a suit, but as a stranger in sneakers. Back in his office, Elijah looks out the glass window, watching a family laugh together as they walk from store to store. He smiles, then turns to his assistant. "Let's schedule another visit," he says. "No announcement, no cameras, just me walking the floor." She nods. Same plan, he says. "This isn't just about catching people doing wrong. It's about making sure they're doing right, even when they think no one's watching." And just before she leaves, he adds, "Also, set up a staff appreciation day. For the ones getting it right. Let's reward the good too." Because that's who Elijah Thomas is. Not just a mall owner, but a man on a mission to make respect the rule, not the exception. And now we want to hear from you. Have you ever faced discrimination in a place of business? How would you have handled Jessica's situation if you were Elijah? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read every one of them. And if you believe stories like this can teach, inspire, and open eyes, then do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories that expose racism, celebrate justice, and remind us all that the way you treat people matters. Because as Elijah proved, you never know who's watching. And sometimes, the person you mistreat might just be the one signing your paycheck.